In this video, we are going to derive the derivative of the arc sine of x. So pretty much we're going to derive the derivative of the arc sine of x. Now, we may not know the derivative of the arc sine of x, but we do know the derivative of the sine of x. So let's just say that we're going to say that y is equal to the arc sine of x. If this is true, then that means that x is equal to the sine of y, right? And so pretty much all we have to do now is we have to pretty much differentiate both sides with respect to x and then just solve for dy over dx. So that's what we're going to do, right? Just pretty much the first thing, we're going to take the derivative with respect to x of both sides of the equation. Right, and so once we've done this, the derivative, we're first going to start out by solving the left side of the equation. So for the left side, pretty much the derivative of x is just going to be 1. For the right side, the derivative of the sine of y is just the cosine of y, except we're taking the derivative of this with respect to x. So we're going to have to multiply by the derivative of y with respect to x, right? Because this is just the chain rule. So dy over dx, right? Yeah, we'll move over here now. Solving for dy over dx, you're going to get that dy over dx is equal to, pretty much it's going to equal 1 over the cosine of y, which we know is the same thing as the secant of y. So we get dy over dx equals the secant of y. So this is what dy over dx is equal to. So now we have to get y in terms of x. Now we know that secant of y is pretty much kind of like just taking the secant of an angle. So we can treat y as if it were an angle. And in order to do trigonometry, we need a right triangle. So I'm going to actually make a right triangle right here. So we're just going to make this right triangle. And so this angle right here, we'll just call this angle y. Now, we actually know something about this triangle. We know that x over 1 is equal to the sine of y, or sine of y equals x over 1. So we know this idea right here. The sine of y is equal to x over 1, so the sine of y is equal to x over 1. And so we use that idea to figure out those two lengths, right? And so knowing these two lengths, we can now figure out the length of this side. In this case, it's just going to be using the Pythagorean theorem. It's going to be square root of 1 minus x squared. And so that would be that. Now, we're able to figure out what the secant of y is from this triangle. So, in this case, the dy over dx is equal to, if we look, we know secant is just hypotenuse over adjacent, so we do 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And that is it. This is dy over dx. So this would be the derivative of the arc sine of x. So I'm just going to erase that and put derivative of arc sine of x. So this is pretty much it. And so that is the derivative of the arc sine of x.